23. She has a heroin issue, and she's in the county jail. And you're going to get her today, and her excuse, or not really excuse, she is homeless, so she can't find treatment. It is very hard if you don't have insurance to find treatment. And then there is housing available for people like us that have addiction, but we have to be sober in order to get into them. And there's no detox centers around. The waiting list is forever, and by the time someone wants to get sober and then they call every day, by the time the waiting list is available or there's a room available, they've changed their mind, okay?
Okay.
So there's something called Vivitrol. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes.
Okay. So you said she doesn't have, her care source is lapsed, but we could get her right back on that care source through Southeast Mental Health on Long Street, okay?
Okay.
They have a specific section where they sign people up to care source. It doesn't take long. And then once she is approved, which she's already been on that, so she will be approved, we take her to the Addiction Angels, and they will give her naltrexone, the pill form of Vivitrol, to make sure she's not allergic. And then after she won't be allergic. Almost no one is allergic to Vivitrol. And then they'll shoot her up with the Vivitrol shot, which she can't break up, she can't abuse, she can't sell. Suboxone and methadone, in my opinion, are as bad as the heroin, except they keep you away from the needle.
Yeah.
Okay? And because she's getting out of jail, she has been sober now for a couple of days, right?
I don't believe so. I think a couple days, because she used the day before, and then she got arrested yesterday, and now she's spending all day today. Yeah, so at least a couple days.
So she just got out of jail, and she had all these plans, like we all do. She's not unique, to get sober and stay sober, but she wanted to go back and visit old people, places, and things. Jumped out of your car, yeah. And so she got rearrested right away. And that's probably a God thing, right?
The what?
It's probably a God thing that she got arrested right away.
I agree. I mean, that's totally true.
So we're going to use this issue to... Do you think she'd talk to me?
I honestly don't know. I mean, she might... I mean, at the time, usually she wouldn't, but, I mean, where she is now, maybe. But here's the thing. She wants the Vivitrol. We just don't know how to go about getting it.
Okay, it's called Addiction Angels. It's on Sinclair Road.
Is that Roger Garcia?
Yes, why?
Okay, just wondering, because that's the number that Brenda gave me. But I wanted to follow the steps, and I called you first to kind of get an understanding before I started doing my other due diligence. He already was given his number, so I didn't call him yet, but I wanted to know if I was on the right track.
Yep, and I like that doctor. I went and toured it. I feel he is dedicated to learning more about this disease, this epidemic, whatever you want to call it. I think the Vivitrol shot is our only chance of getting ahead of this disease that we're so far behind, and in my opinion, it's the vaccine for the heroin epidemic.
Now, she's got to get the care source to be able to do that, or is that something we can purchase?
You can pay for it. You can pay out of pocket. It's $1,200 a month, and then there's other ways. Like you have to go to be a part of the Vivitrol program. You have to do 4 counseling sessions a month under Care Source to cover it at the Vivitrol clinic. So she has to go 4 times a month for counseling. It's not just a miracle shot that works without putting some action behind.
I get it. I get it. I agree.
Yeah.
100%. This should be an inpatient, but if that's not available, then this is the next best thing.
Well, if she wants to do Amethyst, they let her get on Vivitrol, and the Amethyst program is a 1 to 5 year program for women. She could fight to get her children back when she's ready, but you have to have addiction issues to get into Amethyst. It's beautiful. they work on your addiction first, and then later you get a job, and then you get a house of your own, and you get your kids and your life back. And that's called amethyst. And
how do you get into that?
Amethyst, if you want to, now that you called me from a cell phone, I can pop in these links for you. There's the funding for Amethyst, you have to, but like fighting for your sobriety, you have to fight as hard for your sobriety as you fight for your addiction. So you're required to live in a homeless shelter for about a week or two until there's an opening in Amethyst, a room. And that's just because of the funding. That's how they get their funding, through that way of doing things. And then she would go into the Amethyst program fairly soon. Or she can do this Vivitrol and stay with her mom. You said she has, her parents need to understand how not to enable, but to stable. You guys are going to have to turn your backs on her, or she's going to die. If she does not go along with this time, you're all going to have to turn away from her.
Well, we all plan on it, to be honest with you. I mean, her mom's fed up. I mean, her mom is, like, fed up. Like, after this, last week she got out of my car. We had plans for her to go to her mom's and live there and all these things, and she just basically, shit on it. So her mom's dumb. So this is her last shot to do something, and if she stays sober, she can go home. But if she's not sober, she can't go near the house.
Well, if she's on the Vivitrol, she can't. But it's not going to happen overnight. You got to get her out of the jail. You've got to call me and see if she'll talk to me. And somehow she's going to have to go to AA meetings every night, or talk to a sponsor, or you're going to have to tie her down to a bed till we get her into Southeast Mental Health, hopefully tomorrow or the next day, get her on Care Source, and get her over to the Vivitrol Addiction Angels.
Okay.
And call Dr. Garcia and see when's the soonest he can get her in.
Okay.
And it also blocks alcohol, it blocks opiates, it blocks heroin, and you can't really get a high off of benzoids, which is like Xanax and all that. So even though a lot of people that take heroin and opiates, they also like to take Xanax. So you have to be very careful to explaining them that Xanax does not mix well. You can overdose on Vivitrol with Xanax.
Okay.
But we can go further into that once you get a hold of her. So you are going to get her out of the jail. She can't have anything in her system to get on the Vivitrol shot.
Well, as far as I know, even if she were to use, she got arrested yesterday. So she's been clean all of yesterday, and I think it was Saturday night into Sunday morning when she got arrested, and then now it's been all of yesterday, and then all of today. She's still in the jail, and she's not getting out till probably 3 in the morning.
Right, I know.
So it will have been probably 2 solid days, I would think. And then if she's gonna stay over, if that's her plan.
Can you get? Do you think you could you get a copy of my book so that you could let her read it, or you could read it, because it really walks you through all of this, and it really will give her the strength that I think she might need to make the right decision.
That might be. The problem is with her, I mean, I got her a copy of, the book for AA. I mean, she just wasn't in a place to sit down and read something.
My book's not like that. I spent 11 months in the Franklin County Jail due to addiction, and then I spent 4 years in prison. I lost my children. I lost everything. I explained my addiction, everything she's going through. Basically, my book, it's not like an AA or anything. It is, but it isn't. That's why.
Can you text it to me and I'll get it for her?
Yeah, I actually live, I'm not going to tell where you live, but I live very close to you. So either I could give you the book, or right now I'm going to send you the book's trailer, and I'm going to, I didn't write this book for me, and I owe investors thousands of dollars, so I'm not making money off this book. I wrote it for people like you and families so I could explain, and people like me, so they could heal.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, and I'm thanking you for calling me, and that someone referred you to call me, and geez, like, when you won't get her till 3 in the morning, you're right, it takes forever to be processed out of the jail. So do you want to try to call me in the morning with her?
Yeah, I'll, let me get her and get then I'm going to call the doctor now and see when we can get it together. And she, I mean, to be honest, what she wanted to do the last time was figure out how to get this shot, and I wasn't able to figure out where. So maybe now, her knowing we can get it.
Well, I got you on the shot. My boyfriend's on it. I know exactly how to get on it. It's just not a thing that happens right overnight. I mean, it takes a week or two. So patience is gonna have to be your virtue. But it's 2 weeks flies by. Trust me.
Yeah.
And it saves years and years of hell and imprisonment and pain on the families. And it's just much. It's the 2 week wait, if it is 2 weeks, is worth it for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate the help. I guess I'm gonna call him, find out when we put down there. You said Southeast is where we want to go first.
Southeast Mental Health is where I think we should get her